Welcome back to Chapter 10. Probably the last part to this. Okay. So I was saying what I'm doing now, I'm focusing on rebuilding blah, 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 blah. Right. So when you lose everything, you find out who you really are. Not who you are when things are easy, but but who you are when it's just you alone with nothing left but the choice to keep going or give up. I found out that I'm stronger than I ever knew. Even when my heart is shattered, it still beats. Even when I'm separated from my children and the grief is unbearable, I still get up. Even when I've been knocked down over and over, I still rise. There's a fierce, unbreakable power in that. Right now, I'm focusing on rebuilding my physical health, my financial stability, my sense of self. I'm working on getting back in shape physically, taking care of my body, which I've neglected through the worst of the pain. I'm working on building stable income. I have a job, and I'm also creating additional income streams, so I'm never again in a position where one lost job means losing everything. I'm working on my mental and emotional health, processing the trauma, the grief, the loss, not avoiding it, but moving through it. I'm maintaining hope that I will be reunited with my children, that the reunification therapy will work, that love will prevail. I don't know how or when, but I'm holding on to that hope like a lifeline. I wanted to be a mother since I was about 12 years old. And I'm working on forgiving myself for the mistakes I've made along the way. I'm regretful about the lost relationship with Grant. We shared something beautiful, something real. It's confusing how it ended. Sometimes when you're across a distance, it's a lot harder to see the full picture of everything, and thereby, communicate with the full picture. After everything we'd been through together, after all the conversations about our future, to have it end with, I just don't want to anymore, feels incomplete. I don't think it would have ended that way if we'd been in person, if we could have looked each other in the eyes, held each other, worked through things face to face instead of through screens across thousands of miles. But I've accepted it. I've accepted that some things don't end. Some things end without closure, without the conversation you needed. I've accepted that you can love someone deeply and still not be able to make it work. So, I'm moving on. With regret for what could have been, but also with gratitude for what was, and with hope for what is still to come. Why I'm sharing this? I'm sharing this story not because I need sympathy, but because somewhere out there, someone is going through their own version of hell. Someone is lying awake, wondering how they're going to survive this. And I want that person to know You do have the strength. Even when you can't feel it. Even when everything feels impossible. You have the power within you to overcome anything. Losing everything doesn't mean the end of your story. It can be the beginning of a new chapter where you're the author, where you decide what comes next, where you build something even more beautiful than the ruins. It's okay to fall apart. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to grieve. But then, when you're ready, you can rise. Rising doesn't mean everything suddenly gets better. It doesn't mean the pain disappears or the problems solve themselves. Rising means choosing yourself when no one else will. Rising means taking one more step when you don't think you can. Rising means believing in a future you can't yet see, but refusing to give up on anyway. My purpose right now is simple: survive, rebuild, and rise. To survive each day with as much grace as I can muster. To rebuild my life brick by brick, creating something stable and beautiful and truly mine. To rise above the circumstances that tried to break me and emerge stronger and wiser. My purpose is to be ready when my children come back into my life. To be healthy physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially, so I can be the mother that they deserve. So I can show them that no matter how hard life knocks you down, you can always get back up. My purpose is to share my story so that others know they're not alone. I love how my glasses are. If you're listening to this and you're going through something, a divorce, a custody battle, a heartbreak, financial devastation, loss of any kind, please know that you will get through this. I know it doesn't feel like it right now. I know the pain feels endless, but you'll get through this. You have the power within you to overcome anything, not because you're special, but because you're human, and humans are remarkably resilient. The struggle you're in today is developing the strength you need for tomorrow. Every setback is teaching you something. Every loss is making space for something new. Nothing is wasted. So this is where I'll end the story for now. It's not over yet. There are still chapters to be written. But what am I doing here? My hand. Okay. Yeah, if my story can be a light in the darkness for someone else, then it has served its purpose. The phoenix doesn't rise from the ashes because it's easy. It rises because that's what phoenixes do. They burn, they fall, and they rise again. And so will I, and so will you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And thank you for being part of this journey. Here's to the future.